Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, Fife is he's really building now, and he's not too far away. So to have him back would be tremendous for us.
And do you feel like you're building towards the finals now? You said you let yourself think that we've got 3 games in a row where we could maybe even get into the 8, and that there is a September future for us.
Oh, certainly something we're aiming for, but at the moment we've got a lot of work to do, and we've probably only won a couple of games in the last 6 or 7. So, to look too far ahead, we're not something we're going to do. So we're just hoping to beat Melbourne this week.
Obviously, you have to win away probably to make the finals. Would you agree with that? That you can't just win your home games from here. You have to start winning some away games as well.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, it's probably our record's almost better on the road this year than it is at home. So, you certainly got to win in Melbourne, and that's where the big games are played. But so we'll head over there this week full of confidence and ready to go.
Mixed results over there. You had a great win over the Tigers, didn't you, at the MCG itself? So you go over with a bit of confidence.
Yeah, certainly. We want to be able to win anywhere in Australia. So it was a great confidence us beating Richmond over there, and falling short against Collingwood was disappointing. But I reckon our record on the road's been pretty good this year.
Back to yesterday, were you saved by the skipper? Was he the one that got you over the line after that performance?
Oh, he certainly stood up, and he's been tremendous for the last month, as you expect from a leader. And I wouldn't say he got us single-handedly over the line, but he certainly played a big part. And guys like Chris Mayne and Matty De Boer in the midfield and stuff. They're plenty of contributors.
Is there a lot more confidence when he's up forward from the midfielders to drill it inside the 50 as many times as they can? You feel like you're a bit more confident knowing that it's not going to come straight out, maybe? Yeah,
it's great to have a big target up there. I think most clubs have a big tall forward that they can sort of look long to and have confidence in, and we certainly have that with Pav. And when it hits a deck, he'll still compete, and his pressure and tackling was first class yesterday, not only just hitting the scoreboard.
It was a pretty dour game, I suppose you'd say. Do you guys as players, are you aware of that, or is it just about squeezing the life out of the team and then kicking just enough to win the match? And what's your feeling when you're playing the game? Have you noticed a change in the style?
Well, we knew coming in that the Bulldogs were going to try and kick short and retain possession. So it was disappointing that we weren't getting up on them and pressing them enough at the start, and probably even through the game. So we knew coming in that was going to be a focus for them. But yeah, we fiddled around with a lot in the first half. We were handballing, and we should have kicked. So we eradicated that after half time and started kicking a lot more, and I think it made us a bit more dangerous around the ground.
And so the coach had a fair say at half time, did he? And said, look, come on, we've got to turn this around.
Yeah, absolutely. He made it clear to us that we were mucking around with it and calling for balls when we shouldn't have been. So it was a focus after half time to kick more and get out and penetrate the legs.
It's been a bit of a trend when he's been talking on TV during the quarter-time breaks and interviews. He's been saying he's frustrated that they're not moving the ball on quicker and that they're mucking around the footy all year. It seems to be the case. Is it hard to get out of habits?
Yeah, it's frustrating. We want to get better, and I guess maybe it is instinctive to guys to handball when they should kick, but it's something we're training really hard, and we've still got 8 or 10 weeks to go, so we're really focused on making amends and becoming better in that area.
How important is momentum in terms of winning back-to-back games and starting to get that sort of confidence? Do you see that as a key to pushing towards the finals?
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, the more games you can win in a row, the better chance you are making the finals. So, we hope we string a few games together at the moment and get a bit of momentum. But I suppose the only way you can build momentum is winning your next game. So that's where our focus at the moment.
You've probably been lucky, but looking at Fife, he's pretty stuffed out there. Is this the worst part of a footy season? Coming back from an injury?
Yeah, rehab's the pits. Yeah, it's definitely the worst. I feel for him, the big guy at the moment, but he's working super hard, and boys are right behind him, willing him back as soon as possible. So he's doing it tough at the moment, along with a few other guys in rehab. But yeah, we're right behind all of them.
Would you know when he's sort of aiming to be back? Has he told you at all?
Oh, he's a next week man. He's always confident that he'll be back sooner rather than later. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'll leave that to the medical staff. But I know he'll be pushing as hard as he can to get back as soon as possible.
And do you think Rossline will make you a better player? You've got that sense of that already. You've had a great start to your career, but do you think he'll even take you to a different level?
Absolutely, yeah. Not just myself, but the whole group. He demands excellence, and he'll really drive every one of us and hold us to account. So that can only make everyone better. So I've got full faith that Ross is doing whatever he can for the group and also myself.
Have you seen Anthony Graham this morning?
I briefly saw him, downstairs, but if you're asking about his injury, I'm not too sure how he's going, but I know he'll be doing everything he can to get up. You know, he was missed the whole year, so you know he's wants his chance, and I'm sure he'll do everything he can to keep his spot.
Pretty courageous bit of play, wasn't it? That actually got him injured.
Yeah, it was, and it's been recognised. You know, the boys all got around him, and after the game, full of praise for him. You know, he shows how hungry he is still to compete, and so you know we were rapt at his effort, and it resulted in a goal. So couldn't have been happier for Tone.